Hey guys, welcome to Morning Glory Farmstead. My name is Lolly, and this channel is all about gardening, animals, and nature. You guys, everything that I talk about today that has anything to do with Omlet is going to be linked in the description box. Hey Pop Pop. Did you find a new box to play in? Y'all, I have always been fascinated with machines and farm equipment, but today I want to give a big shout out and thank you to all the farmers that work all year long so that we can all have food. Hey you guys, don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Do you guys have this same experience where once it finally starts getting cold, your dogs have an excessive amount of energy and friskiness about them that they have not had all summer or fall? Y'all, it was actually after dark when I took this footage, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to get some of the shenanigans going on. Now, I recently did a video on the chicken hoops that I was making to give the girls and the boys somewhere to go throughout these cold days or when it's raining or windy to keep them a little bit warm throughout the winter. But I've got a couple more things that I want to show you that I'm doing to help all of the chickens stay nice and warm and to have a little bit of entertainment. So I use the Omlet walk-in run. I have some extensions in there. It's pretty large. It's a wire cage structure. It's not wooden. I use plastic sheeting and several different types of tarps to keep it warm. So you'll see here, there's a couple different colors because I actually bought the black by accident and I left it outside and the box got wet. So instead of the clear plastic sheeting, which I thought I was going to be putting up, I ended up with the black, but that's all right. One of the things I added was the heat lamps. There's a lot of controversy about that, but I want y'all to know I have them high enough up. That looks a little closer than it actually is. It's at least 2 feet from her, and she positions herself, either closer or farther away, depending on how cold she is. But I have those zip tied to high heaven, the cords, the lamps themselves, they are zip tied extremely well to the ceiling so that if anybody flies up by some odd chance and hits it, which I've never seen them do anything like that, but if they did, it's not going anywhere. I made sure of that. Now here I've got a hanging pendant toy. This is also from Omlet. This is fabulous, okay? You can put sunflower seeds, corn, whatever you want to put, but this gives them some entertainment inside the closed-in space there. So when it's nasty outside or it's freezing cold like it's been in the 20s, they hang out in that walk-in run a little bit more than usual. And so to keep them from getting aggressive and pecking at one another, I have this, I have extra perches that I've added, and I also have one that's like this, but it actually goes in the ground. So it's kind of like you've just flipped it over upside down. I'll show you that in a minute. But they spend a lot of time pecking at these. It's kind of funny. This is one of the freestanding perches from Omlet. You can see the legs on it, and then it's got some stakes that screw into the ground to hold it into place. They have some that have a different number of perches. I think it's 2 or 3. This one has 3. And it's kind of getting tight in the walk-in run. I'm not going to lie, because I've got so many things in there for them to do and perch on. But I really feel like this is important during the winter and the cold to give them room to get away from each other and to get some different heights in there so that they can get a little bit more spaced out. So there's the hanging pendant toy again. Their perches come with little holes in them so that you can string those through. So that's really convenient as well. You guys may have noticed that there's feed and corn on the ground throughout the run in the images that you've seen, but that's intentional because that helps them stay warmer by making sure they have plenty of food. All right, so here's the one that you can stick in the ground. See how it looks like it's basically upside down? I put this one outside when it's cold because again, it gives them something to do. And if it's wet or it's rainy, I'm not going to put this outside because whatever's in it is probably going to get wet and moldy or just kind of nasty. If everything inside it gets wet because it's got holes, you know, all through the plastic so that they can get it out, I'm not sure how well that would work. I don't think it would fall out very easily if everything was kind of wet and stuck together. But again, you can see here, they love it. They come and go. It's kind of a social thing. Here we've got Runner, who is standing guard, making sure everything's okay. All the girls are done eating, and he is standing his post. Good job, Runner. Good job. Everything's looking good, buddy. All right, here's Bluebell. She's been taking some dust baths. Y'all saw a clip of that earlier. And I just kind of wanted to get a shot of this because I wanted to mention how important this is, even in the winter, for these chickens to get these dust baths. Now, during the summertime, they'll do it sometimes to cool off. It's a dual purpose thing here. But during the winter, they're still going to do it because this is how they protect themselves from fleas, ticks, and other parasites. They're going to give themselves a dust bath or a dirt bath no matter what time of the year. All right, let's talk about this Omlet Extreme Temperature Blanket. All right, y'all, I've had these chicken coops for years, and we have made it through the winters. However, I know the Farmer's Almanac said something about maybe being -40 this year, and their predictions are supposed to be 85% accurate. And I don't even know if this would help with -40, but I'm gonna do what I can to do right by my chickens. And so this is the first year that I've bought this. Honestly, I wish they made it in a coat because I would wear it. It is super heavy, it's thick, it is excellent quality. It goes over the top, slides over the sides, and it doesn't cover the front and the back because you want to keep the ventilation for the chickens open, okay? But it is going to offer some extra warmth and protection just by covering the top and the two sides. Now, you'll still be able to clean out the tray that has all the feces and stuff like that in it because you can just slide it out right there because the back side is not covered and neither is the front. Now, the little handle that you use to open the door will be up under it, but it's really easy to get your hand up under there just to open the door real quick. And if you want to get the eggs out on the side, all I do is unhook one of those hooks at the bottom, and that's enough for me to get in there, remove the side door, get the eggs out, and then just put it right back on. Super easy. All right, let's move on to the chicken cubbies. If you guys haven't checked out the chicken hoop video that I did, go ahead and look at that one. I'm trying to make some different structures for my chickens to hang out in during the freezing cold weather this winter to protect them from snow, rain, wind, ice, whatever comes at them. So I've made a couple tunnels. I've got 3 chicken hoops. Now I'm going to make some of these chicken cubbies. So they're not going to be a tunnel. They're going to have 3 sides on them. And I'm using these cinder blocks because I've got them just laying around. And they may not be as aesthetically pleasing, but I'm all about practicality. So what I'm going to do is build 3 sides. And I've got all that plastic sheeting, the black sheeting that I bought. And so I'm going to use that as the top. Now, if you've got a board or something you want to put on there, that's fine too. But I figure I don't have the board. I do have the plastic sheeting. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And plus, the black will hopefully absorb heat, which is going to make the cubby even warmer for the chickens during the winter. And the whole time me and Pops were putting this together, they were hanging out and coming in and out and whatever. So I think they're really going to like it. They also like to perch on the top as well. So we've got 4 columns of 3 on the sides and then 2 columns of 3 on the back. So it's kind of like part of a rectangular shape, if you will. And before I go any further with this, I just want to tell y'all that I hurt my back really bad this past week. And so Pops moved 30 cinder blocks by himself. And let me just tell you, he's going to be 84 next month. All right, so here's a shot of the inside. You can see the chickens already coming in there. Man, I'm loving this. This is really going to protect them from the rain and all the different elements. And I've kind of overlapped the black sheeting on the top just a little bit so that as the rain is dripping, it's not actually coming down inside the cubby. It's going to go on the outside of the cubby. Just a quick shot of the backside of the cubby. I didn't do the cinder blocks totally flush, but it's still watertight right there. I backed them up just a little bit to add a couple more inches to the inside. I'm super stoked about this cubby, you guys. The chickens are going to love it. I'm using materials that I already had. It's super easy. It's going to last a long time. And during the summer, I can actually replace the black sheeting with the clear plastic, and that's going to prevent as much heat from being soaked up into that plastic and hopefully give them a little bit of shade, but without the scorching heat. I can already tell this is going to serve multiple purposes. Jungle gym when it's nice outside, and then shelter when it's yucky outside. So this is great. Hey, if y'all are creative, decorate those cinder blocks. Put some paint on them. I hope you guys got a few ideas today about some things that you can do to keep your chickens warm and happy throughout the winter. I will see you real soon in the next video. And until then, you guys have a great few days. Bye-bye.